Hi guys, welcome back to Morant's Rants. Plenty of good information, a little bit of motivation, a whole lot of truth, no financial advice. This is a one-take session about AMC, Ape, the recap of last week about what's about to happen to retail. I'm going to go ahead and play some videos from 4 months ago when we all started talking about it and how we all came to the same conclusion. And I want you to think about this too, because I do keep these receipts. I do play them out for you so that you guys understand who's genuine, who's not, who has an idea and who doesn't. And then, of course, make your own decision, because right now people are leading you to the cliff and they're pushing you off of it. So I'm not afraid to voice my concern. I'm not afraid to go one-on-one against anyone on this debate and this topic, because it's going to save someone's life one day and or their money at least, right? So here we go. So we'll talk about this first. And this is going to be a guy named Scavenger. I guess that's his name. And we'll go ahead and play the clip. And we'll hear what Scavenger has to say about AMC and possible dilution of Ape and why you would never do that to stay in business.
I trust Aron. Some people don't. Everybody can have their own opinion. But don't let the FUD artist come out and say your CEO is going to drop 1 billion shares of Ape, because he never said that. He just simply stated that it's in the war chest if AMC needs to. It'd be fucking stupid for AMC to do it right now. They have over $1 billion sitting there of unspent cash sitting in a fucking drawer. So, like I said, sometimes you got to use your head and just remember, people are going to come out and say stupid shit, but it would be unwise for AMC to do something stupid like that, and Aron knows that too. So relax. We got a great company. The ones betting against us are in a losing position. Of course, they're going to spread FUD, but I'm not worried. I'll see you guys later. Enjoy the fucking beautiful day, because it is gorgeous out.
So we'll stop there. Just a counterpart on that, he said it'd be effing stupid for Aron to sell off 1 billion Ape shares. Remember, you said that, because we're close to it right now. I believe now that they're doing the math, we're down to around 20 to 25 million Ape shares left after he's handed it out to everybody. If I'm wrong on that, somebody correct me, please. But I saw some filings. In addition to that, Scavenger, just so you're aware, you can be positive on the company and the bullish sentiment of this company, but the $1 billion that they had, they no longer have. They also have covenants that are attributed to the loans that they're putting out. So if they were going to sell 1 billion shares, that would have been cool if they would have sold it to the public and or diamond-headed investors or people like yourself who really care about this company, right? But who did they sell them to? They sold them to the bondholders, the actual people, and these are distressed credit investors, the people that want to see the most harm to AMC. So not a good stance to take at this moment in time, and I don't know how you support Aron so blindly, because it's the worst business decision of your investment life. So, but hey, we'll go to the next guy, Tony De Niro. Let's do it.
AMC has over $1 billion of cash in the bank and a quarterly cash burn of only about $120 million. They have stated that they have no intention to tap their loan reserves and no need to do so in the next 12 months. They have plenty of cash, guys. And I think that the people talking about immediate dilution are presenting an overly bearish case to scare you out of this investment. That is my opinion. That is how I view this whole thing. There is no immediate concern in my mind about dilution due to the Ape unit. It is a ticket to ride. It is a golden ticket. It is a freedom in the back pocket of Aron, knowing that he has the ability to pay off the debt literally at any time of his choosing and wipe off the risk of bankruptcy from this company.
I do want to tell you guys something. It's not a ticket to ride. I said that when it came out. This is a poor stance to have. A company that has a track record of running bad business does not all of a sudden get a pass and say this is going to be great. No movie is going to change the dynamic of this company. No business plan is going to change the dynamic of this company. The only thing that's going to change this company is if you were to switch out the leadership and then admit defeat. That's what's going to help, because they are at a loss. They did dilute the company instantly, like they would. Within 4 months, you are now getting a conversion back to what no one wanted. And what don't you guys want? Dilution. You don't want bonuses for others. You don't want this mass manipulation of your investment. But if you are still invested, which most of you guys claim that you are, or they think you are, diamond-handed, just know the worst thing that could happen just happened. He sold to the villains themselves, the people he's trying to fight, as he calls it. You cannot paint it any other way. But we're going to have AMC Bigums here in the middle, which of course he doesn't do that many videos with himself on it. And I wouldn't either if I look like this. And then TMI. Now, the reason why I attack AMC Bigums personally is because he's part of the crew that, well, you know what they say about me and what they said about me. So, but I'll go ahead and play. I'll let his words speak for you guys. You guys claim he's so intelligent, right? All right, let's follow what he says, and then let's see if that's actually what's happening. Good luck.
Bigums, what if it runs up and I want to sell? And what do I do?
Well, like you said, dude, you got to make that decision. Is that what you're in this for, is to make that quick dollar? Are you in this to make a squeeze? There you go.
And that right there, guys, that's the decision that's going to come on every individual for themselves, right? You have to make your own decision. This here is the information to give you guys an idea, a little bit of insight into what the possibilities are. Anything could possibly happen. At the end of the day, it is, and it always has been, in the hands of retail. Retail will decide what happens next, right? Now, one of the most interesting things that you did bring up just now was the fact that with cash comes options.
Exactly.
That part there is pretty powerful, right? Like, oh, there's pretty powerful. I know that there's going to be some people in chat that are going to be like, why did he say that? Why did he say that? We're not going to become the people that we despise. We're not telling you guys what you have to do. We're just showing you guys what the options are, and you guys make up your own decision, right? And I can see a lot of people in chat already made up their mind, and that's perfectly gang. That's cool. But that's just the responsibility, right? Yeah, this was definitely a 4D chess move.
Oh, exactly. It gives them so many options. And like I said, if you can dilute through Ape and then buy back AMC stock at $1 billion at a time and then gain control back of your company, because the one thing people do got to understand, Adam Aron's being held hostage by us. We didn't give them raises. We didn't give them more shares so they can continue with operating costs and do whatever they need to do. So he wants to squeeze you guys. He wants to squeeze. He wants to be able to run his own company again.
Because he has to be able to run his own company. Exactly,
dude. That's why everyone's like, no, trust us. It's in his best interest. And like you said, why would he get rid of his entire future customers? Instead of having the most loyal base ever, having all the #1 theaters, why would you ever want to get rid of that? It makes no sense. Everyone just gets so emotional, man, and it's like I said, this was an amazing move. It gives them options. Like I said, if he dilutes an Ape, he can buy back an AMC before he dilutes. He never even needs to think about it. He can dilute the shit out of Ape and never ever put it on the ballot to even ever put it on the ballot.
This part has to be discussed. No, so this part
has to be discussed. This part,
okay. He can dilute Ape and never put it on the ballot.
Exactly.
But it's on the ballot.
His option. His option.
Don't get too happy.
Which means he could put it on the ballot. Yes, he has the right to, but it doesn't say he has to. He could never put it on the ballot because he would want to say, hey, do I want to give this much power to whoever's holding Ape?
And he doesn't want predatory people in charge of his company. He doesn't want a hostile takeover. He just went through that. Why would he want to do it again? He's only going to put it on if it's in his best interest of the company.
That's a bit fucked up that you said. I'm not going to lie. You said he just went through that? We're the hostile takeover?
No, not us. The shorts in the first place.
Oh, okay. I thought you were calling Ape the hostile takeover.
Apollo Management, Murdoch.
Yeah, okay. I was just like, yo, what are you? I was like, this is people. What are you doing?
No, not us, man. No. Murdoch. All those people that wanted to short the company and make bad choices for him.
So he keeps saying Apollo, who is Adam Aron, and then he says Murdoch, who, hey, AMC Bigums, there's no Murdoch. It's Mudrick. You're the damn brains of this operation? Mudrick. And yes, he wanted Mudrick in the deal. That's why he sold them the equity. Additionally, he gave Mudrick money for HYMC. Are you really this stupid? I mean, are you just painting it up this way? I'm trying to figure this out. But yes, he did exactly what you said he would never do. He sold to the shorters. Yes, and Terra is the shorts. And they all are. Everyone who holds bonds on this goddamn company. Guys, it's a bad run company. It's badly run, poorly run. For 10 years, he's had the ability to change the way they do business. And what do I mean by 10 years? That's in 2013 when they adopted this idea of Ape, additional equity unit. And he could have saved the company at what point? At what point could he have saved the company? Instead, what he does is he does what you guys do, and he's the victim all of a sudden. Now Adam Aron is doing this in front of movie theaters. You know what? I've met a lot of CEOs in my day. I really have. And when I meet the CEOs, we don't talk stock price. We don't talk manipulation of the company. You know what we talk about? What our company's going to do? We do that talk, or we'll talk about other things. How about the movie that's about to come on? But you know what this guy does? He gives you an 18-month window to explain that the pandemic, what was used to kill people, is what he's going to explain to you, to give him a pass for the last 18 months or the last 2 years. No way. Before they even got to the pandemic, they changed up their CFO for a reason in 2019. They got a new auditing company for a reason, because they were going under. They wanted to cut down on everything they're doing. Ernst & Young, 2019 is when they took over. And why did they start doing the books? To renegotiate everything, to reorganize the company. That's what they were doing in 2019. New CFO, new auditing firm. And this joker is going to tell you because COVID hit, that's what really took this company out? No. It's the $2 billion they spent buying bad movie theaters. We'll do it again. Here's Aron.
18 months. 18 months from now, in my judgment, the Ukraine war will be over. Energy prices will come down. Inflation will ease. Interest rates will come back down instead of going back up. Moviegoing will increase. Hollywood will release more movies. We'll have more revenue. We'll have more profit. And all the bleak stuff you read in the papers about, oh, gee, this movie theater company didn't make it, and maybe AMC won't make it, we're going to make it. And I promise you this, I will spend my every waking moment, every little matter in my brain, applying every little ounce of creativity and energy I have to the mission of saving our company.
Yeah! I mean, what are these guys cheering about? Nowhere in there did he say he was going to spend his money to do it. He's going to spend every minute of creativity. The guy's about to retire. He's already estate planning, and there's no way he stays with this company to see it through this whole mess. Guys, 2026, when they owe the $3.3 billion that they have to pay on the table. Yeah, they're struggling to pay $500 million for next year. And you're telling me $3.3 billion? It's okay. We'll keep going, Aron.
And I said what you meant to AMC. You saved AMC. But I want to tell you what you mean to me. I've spent the last 7 years of my life running this company. And when I joined AMC, we were the second largest movie theater chain in the United States. And I built it up to being the largest movie theater chain in the world. And in December of 2019, we had become the industry leader. We were the biggest, we were the most innovative, we were the best. And then COVID comes. And, you know, what a horrible thing. I mean, it killed 1 million Americans, killed millions of people around the world. Hundreds of millions of people got sick with it. I bet there are a lot of you in this room who came down with it. And it put our company, and it took us to our knees. But a buddy of mine called me and said, do we have any, I was not a spring chicken 3 years ago, I was 65, and he was born like 2 weeks later.
Yeah, they stopped the video there, and I'm going to stop the video there because I still have other videos to show you. This is the part where I show you what I say, what I said months ago. But I will tell you this, it's pretty despicable for him to use COVID as a cover. 2019, December, new CFO, new firm for accounting for a reason, for auditing purposes, to come in and make changes. You've all worked in companies during those time frames where they bring in consultants and they reorganize everything you do. They see who's valuable, who's not. And in this case, they cut out everything, but yet they still gave each other bonuses. They still diluted the company from 60 million shares, 90 million shares, 100 million shares, all the way to now 1.2 billion shares. And everyone's okay with it. And it's actually going to be more than that. 1.5 billion is what it'll end up being by the time this vote comes through. So yeah, 1.5 billion shares. A reverse stock split is going to take you to what, 150 million? That doesn't, you know what that does, guys? I'm going to tell you what a reverse stock split does for this company. And I want you guys to know this before I play the clips of what I said. By doing a reverse stock split, it's like trying to squeeze blood out of a rock. they're taking all the scraps, putting them back together, and then still taking money from you. Because if I held, I'm going to do this. If I had 1,000 shares, okay, 1,000 shares the day before the split, and this is like August 22nd. I'm not good at math, but the stock price was around $20 at the time. And I already knew that it'll never get back to 20 because BlackRock sold off 41% of the position. Everyone sold. Everybody knew it was coming, right? The dilution's coming of this company. And if I sell off, or if I allow the split to happen, I then take those 1,000 shares and now I have 2,000, right? Because I had 1,000 AMC and 1,000 APE. And now my value is still the same, though. It's still $20,000. But since we've diluted all the way down, and Adam Aron says, I don't understand why APE's diluted 1/7. It sells for 1/7. And I'm just like, what are you talking about 1/7? Yeah, you don't know why? Because APE has no value and no one wants to pay off your debt. That's why. I mean, that's just the truth to it. But not only did it dilute all the way down, and now we're going to put Humpty Dumpty back together again, we sold off to the predators, to the shorters, to the bad guys. And when we sold off at 66 cents a share, you now put it back together, and the combined price is about $6.50, okay? $6.50 right now. I'm just ballparking. But now that I do a split, I do this, I reverse split it, I bring it back. Now my 20 grand that I had initially at 20 is now $13,000, right? That's all I own, $13,000. But I own 200 shares now, right? Because I go from 2,000 shares to 200 shares. I hope you guys are good at math and you guys paying attention. Now I have 200 shares that are $65 a piece. Is it going to hold that price? No. But this is how I can suck more out of it. And as I dilute this all the way down, my 13,000 turns into what number now? It just keeps going down and down. Guys, they cut down every which way, put it back together, and chopped it down again. That's diminishing returns. That's the definition of a pump and dump. Hey, but let's hold receipts on what I say. You want to do that, guys? I don't mind showing you what I say. Here we go. Here's part one of what I said. Just to say it, I guess. And people wanted to call me a shill. Let's see how right I am. All right, guys. So I've been thinking about this because somebody asked me this question, so I'm going to answer it. It's a Twitter question. So they're like, hey, Marantz, you just don't know. AMC, APE, they're on the threshold list. They're going to hit the moon. They're going to go. And I'm just like, you're retarded. Like, you really don't know what's going on. So I'm just going to break it down for you really quick. I have things to do today, but I do care about the AMC investor, sure. One, I told you 2 weeks ago that it was going to come down in price. Everyone knew it was going to come down in price. The only ones who didn't want to admit it were the ones that make money off of this, right? Like, so the YouTubers, the grifters, they don't want to lose any following. They don't want you to think like, oh my God, this guy sold out because he's telling me it's going down. They want you to hang on for dear life. And I don't know why. I don't get it because I don't know what they're getting paid to do it. But we'll do it like this. So you follow the money every time. Okay, guys? Follow the money. It's been like this whole thing our whole lives. But BlackRock sold their shares, 40% of their shares before the split when it was at $27. Imagine if it was at $27 and you would have sold compared to where it's at now. It's at $8 right now. Come on down. The insiders sold all their shares. They barely own over 1 million shares, whatever it may be, and they don't have much value in this stock. They control $9 million worth of a market cap of $4 billion, $5 billion. Okay, and that's key though. That's very key. And here's why. This is the only way it's going to play out, and I wish it were going to play out a different way, but it can't. Adam Aron's going to sell shares eventually, and when he does sell shares, the price of APE is going to plummet, because the minute you make that announcement, it will hit rock bottom. It really will. I don't care how many you sell. I don't care if it's 40 million, 50 million. You're going to have to dilute somewhat of the float. The price right now is $5 to $6 a share. It's not worth much. $5 to $6 is not where you want to be, and here's why: because you can't sell the whole 484 million. It's just not possible. No one's going to buy it. No one's going to buy it at that price, and you don't get one price for all said shares. As you sell off and you dilute the float, you will in turn lose value the whole way through. So it'll keep dropping and dropping and dropping. So I'll give it to you this way: if he started right now, it would be $2 a share is what it would end up being. And where's your investment at? What is it at? Because it's never coming back. Right, so APE units are never going to come back in value. They're never going to get to this crazy price that you think it's going to get to, because they have no value whatsoever. It's just a vehicle to drive liquidity out of the stock, in which they did. They drove it out of that stock. And for some of you guys who claim you're buying it or they haven't been delivered to everybody, you're delusional. And I'm going to tell you again, like I told you 2 weeks ago, you're wrong again. Here's the problem. No one wants to buy AMC right now. And it's not because it's a failed company or any of that. It's because it's held hostage by Adam Aron and the APE equity itself. If I buy AMC shares today, I don't get the ape unit like I would have 2 weeks ago. This is why you have nobody buying in. Everyone's selling off. I know you're not selling off or anyone else you claim, but guys, don't listen to me. Do what you've been doing and see where it gets you. You're wrong. It's okay to admit it. We can carry on now. All right, we'll go to the next one because it's part 2. All right, so there is a part 2 because I wasn't finished with my thought there. The other part about this is when you do sell off, like when Adam Aron does sell off and he creates all this money for his company, people are like, well, that takes away the short thesis. And it does everything but that, because it actually dilutes the float, dilutes the stock completely. There's no value for your shares. There's the first thing. There'll be a float of 1.5 billion at that point, or the ape will just sit out on its own and never come over to AMC. The board has to vote on that. But if they do vote on that, someone will then have the power to overtake this company at pennies on the dollar. So if that's the plan, to let ape fall all the way to the ground, which is possibly part of it, and then in turn have enough votes to turn the shares and so that he can take back his company and or sell it off to someone else, because they have zero path to profitability. If you don't understand what the hell I'm saying, run it back. AMC currently has 500 million shares on the float, and I know it's 516. I'm just ballparking right now. They have 500 million ape. Adam Aron has 483 million ape as well. When he sells off a portion of it, I don't care how much, the value is going to go and plummet the minute it makes announced. Once it gets announced and your shares on AMC on the counter side, no one wants to buy them because that value of that ticker is tied into ape. Do you guys get this yet? Has it even hit you? It should have. If they pay off their debt, they're going to have the same amount of debt within 2 to 3 years right after, because they don't make money. And when I mean they don't make money, I mean there is no way that they make a profit. It's not even possible. Movies are not doing what they used to do. $1 billion on Top Gun is actually not $1 billion compared to 2012, 2013, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. It's an inflated dollar. And there's the patrons themselves. The actual foot traffic for movie theaters has decreased almost 80% in the last 10 years. No one wants to tell you the truth. Regal, they told you the truth. They filed bankruptcy. Cinemark, they make money. There's a big difference. They've done 0 share offerings. They actually have $695 million cash on hand. They make money off of those movies that are there because their companies run correctly. This guy, Adam Aron, not running the business the right way. He is the absolute worst CEO you guys could be invested with, but you believe him because he gives you free popcorn, free NFTs, things that you deem unworthy. I wish you the best of luck, guys, or maybe I don't. Maybe you guys will never figure this out. But they figured it out. They figured you out. You're going to hold it, and you're going to drown with it. All of you. And all those YouTubers and social media guys that told you to do it, I hope you guys know who they are, because it's not this guy. I never told you to buy that shitty-ass stock, and I never will. It's a poor investment, and it's the worst way to go. Peace. You're going down. Yep. Well, I think that pretty much sums it up. Everyone out there is going to tell you that dilution is terrible from the jump. Initially, when this came out, they said there's no way it can happen. It will never happen. Who would ever do that? Why would he do that? And I'm going to remind you why he's going to do it and why he did do it. It's already been done. It's done. Your vote does not matter. Me personally, that's how I feel. They have enough votes pocketed already. They sold votes to certain people for a reason. They want the best interest of their own company, of themselves. And what's the best interest? To get raises, to apply PSUs and RSUs over the next couple of years, and not to run a better business. Nope. You sold off 20% of your company for $200 million. 20% of your company for $200 million. If I'm Silver Lake, I'm suing, right? And they're on the board. They have 2 seats on the board. If I'm any of you investors that have a huge stake in this company, I'm suing. You have to at this point. You have seen Adam Aron get sued 6 times by his investors at AMC for the Carmike movie theater deal, for the Odin movie theater deal. This guy everybody's after him, and he keeps skating away every time. And this is because it is an inside deal. It is everybody's best interest for this company to fail, with the exception of retail. And retail, you got suckered in, man. It sucks. It does. And I'm sorry, guys, but if you keep listening to Common Sense Investor, you guys keep listening to Tony De Niro, Scavenger, AMC Bigums, Boss Blunts, Lou. Well, maybe Lou got it right. Lou was like, this is going to happen, this is going to happen. But Lou's full of shit too. Out from Boston, Spencer, Terrible back in the day. Anybody you listen to that supported AMC at any time within the last 2 years, they're absolutely out of their mind. I've supported AMC one time in the last 2 years. And that was when they did free movies or all the profits of their movies going to fight cancer, Olivia Newton-John. That was it, and I said it, and I respect that part. Other than this is bullshit. I do not believe it, and they are not working in the best interest of you as shareholders. Somebody needs to ruffle some feathers. I just do my part. I expose the truth, but I expose YouTubers. I expose, these grifters out here trying to tell you guys what to do. That's absolutely fucking crazy. Like the other night when he announced this, you had guys coming on like, this is what we need. And it's like those same guys 4 months ago were saying, he better never do this. He could never. He's not that stupid. He's not that dumb. Who would do that? Well, he would, and you would. Good luck. You're going to need it. Peace.